Hello everybody, and welcome back to One Nerd to Rule Them All. And in today's video, we're going to be looking into the etymology of Tolkien's elves, more specifically their language, lore, and legacy. We have a lot to uncover, so without further ado, let's get into the video. What if I told you that the beauty of Tolkien's elves doesn't just lie in their immortal grace or otherworldly wisdom, but instead it lies in their words, their names, their languages, and even their identity? It is all rooted in a deep philological foundation. Where do these names come from? What do they mean? And how do they reflect the heart of Elvish culture? Let's start by looking at Tolkien's linguistic foundations. To understand Elvish etymology, we have to start with the creator, J.R.R Tolkien himself, a philologist at Oxford. Tolkien didn't just invent fantasy languages for fun. He constructed entire linguistic families with real-world vigour. Quenya and Sindarin, the two primary Elvish tongues, were inspired by Finnish and Welsh respectively. He once said, "The invention of languages is the foundation. The stories were made rather to provide a world for the languages than the reverse." So when you hear a name like Galadriel or Legolas, we're not just hearing fantasy, we're hearing echoes of ancient roots that Tolkien carefully crafted. Now let's look at the word elf. What does it mean? The word elf itself came from the Old English ealf, a word that once carried a very different meaning from what we think of today. In Germanic mythology, elves were supernatural beings, sometimes benevolent and often dangerous. Tolkien was well aware of these associations, but he reclaimed the term and elevated it, making elves the firstborn of Middle-earth, and they were immortal, wise, and in harmony with nature. But the elves of Tolkien's legendarium, the Eldar as they call themselves, aren't just renamed fairies. Their entire identity is linguistically woven into the mythos. Now let's look at the Eldar and their names. The term Eldar means people of the stars in Quenya, for Elun meaning star and Dar meaning people. The name was given to the elves by the Valar Orme when he first found them in Culvenin, but not all elves followed Orme to Valinor. Those who did became the Kiloquendi, elves of the light, whilst those who remained were the Morroquendi, elves of the darkness. These aren't moral distinctions, but literal references to whether they saw the light of the two trees or not. The name of the elves often reflects their histories. Take Finwë for instance. Fin is related to hair and skill, and Wë, the suffix, is common in ancient Elvish for male names. Let's look at language families and their evolution. Elvish languages evolved over time, just like real languages. Tolkien began with a proto-language that he called Primitive Quendian, the language of the first elves of Culvenin. This branched into Quenya and Sindarin. Quenya, the High Elven tongue, was used in formal speech and law, think Latin of Middle-earth. Sindarin, meanwhile, was the everyday language in places like Lothlorien and Gondor. And names evolved too. Galadriel is Quenya for Eltariel, meaning maiden crowned with a radiant garland, a poetic reference to her golden hair. The Sindarin version, Galadriel, preserves the same roots, Galad meaning light, and Riel meaning garland maiden. Now let's look at some case studies of Elvish names. For this, let's break down some more names. The key names we're going to be looking at here are Galadriel, Legolas, and Elrond. Legolas is Sindarin for greenleaf, meaning leg, green, and Golas, meaning a collection of leaves and foliage. Elrond, his name likely derives from El, meaning star, and Rond, meaning vault or dome, possibly interpreted as star dome, referencing Rivendell's hidden skylight sanctuary. These names weren't just chosen for sound, they reflect the character's lineage, their role, and their environment. But you might ask yourself, why does this matter? When Tolkien gave his elves names, he gave them meaning. Each syllable carries the weight of history, cosmology, and the linguistic artistry that makes Middle-earth feel ancient but yet alive. These aren't just words, they're living souls of the story, and understanding the roots of these names deepens our connection to Tolkien's legendarium. That brings us to the end of today's video. For more references to look into these topics deeper, I'll be leaving some links down in the description, which feel free to look around if you like and dive deeper into this topic. Down in the description you will find two links. The first to Rothmer's channel, so if you enjoy MMOs and action RPGs, then please feel free to check that out. And if you enjoy anything to do with Warhammer, then please feel free to check out our joint channel called Nerdy Miniatures. We are currently painting and building armies, but we will soon be battling them against each other. So if that interests you, then subscribe to that channel also. If you enjoyed the linguistic journey through Middle-earth, Let me know in the comments down below which Elvish name or word is your favourite, and would you like to see more videos exploring the languages of Arda? Anyway, that'll be it from me today. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world, and as always, bye for now.